All right, welcome back to Enthusiastically Optimistic. Now we're going to put everything we learned in the last video into practice by doing some pretty quick sketches of facial expressions. Let's get into it. So as you can see, I'm doing more of a traditional approach here. I'm not using various layers this time in Photoshop. I'm just doing this the same way I would do if, or you can do if you're using traditional media, traditional pencils, or even pen and ink. Just really drawing dark for the finished lines and keeping all the sketch lines that establish the form and structure, keeping those pretty light. We have the major part of our facial expression done already, so we don't have to do. I'm just doing this to give us a finished illustration, but honestly, the rest of it kind of doesn't matter because for our purposes, we're just trying to exercise our ability to focus in and draw the facial expression itself, not so much the rest of the face. So I can go ahead and erase some of these structure lines. This is again what we would be doing if we were using a regular pencil and pen, or just pencils. Use maybe an H, 2H, HB for our layout, and then we go back in and add all the details using maybe a B or just a darker pencil that we're comfortable with. See, as you erase those construction lines, it leaves the expression Makes the expression even clearer. So add a few more details here. I'm not going to go too crazy with all this because again, we got what we were looking for, which was let's focus in on the facial expressions themselves, and the rest can take care of itself, basically. Because pretty much there's a ton of videos you'll find online, and they're great, and they show you how to, the structure of drawing the face. But you'll find, I feel like, less videos on practicing the actual facial expressions. So I mean, to each his own, we're all a little bit different in how we focus, how we practice. But I really like the idea of layering in, like practicing the structure, get that stuff right so it looks good, but then using that structure to draw really expressive faces. And then the other thing that can't be overemphasized enough is sometimes these frown lines really do add to the expression. They can be subtle, so you don't want to draw hard lines. You just want to do enough to indicate that they're out there, that they exist. But they really can do a lot to add to the facial expression to make it read easier. This is just so we can have a finished illustration. But again, honestly, if you're just going for facial expression itself, you can just focus on that T line, that center line, what's going on with the lips. Sorry, what's going on with the eye mask, the nose and the lips. Are they off centered? Are they in the direct center? Um, you know, make sure that is your focus for your expression. I just want to finish this off for us. Okay. Obviously, we're doing this. We could add a little bit more shading, some lighting, whatnot. But there you have it. I'm not going to his neck, but yeah, there you have it. Okay. So that's one example. All right. So this time, as you can see, this is an interesting study. So if you're drawing, let's just right. So this is the basic shape. Sorry, this would be the basic oval shape or spherical shape for the cranium. But as you see, since so much of this is on the side, this is a side view. What we would do is do a little bit of this little design here, and it helps to separate out this part of the face. Do our eye mask here. Something like that, right? Get our nose structure here, and then mouth muzzle right there. All right, so let's try it. Let me get rid of those construction lines. So here's two examples of facial expressions. We used two different approaches when drawing digitally. One, you just draw it lightly, and then you use a darker pen or press harder to add all the details, go back in and erase it. That's essentially what you would be doing if you were going to be drawing traditionally. The other one, we actually use the benefit of digital drawing in that we use one layer just for our sketch layer, our design layer, where we put the structure down. And then on top of that, we lower the opacity, so it's much lighter. And then we add all the details on top of that, and that we get our finished product. So two examples of facial expressions. All right, thanks for joining us. Until next time, stay enthusiastically optimistic. This is Stephen, signing off.